however you're joining us or whenever you're joining us today. And welcome to week 9. Yes, hard to believe, isn't it, that we're already up to week 9. So, hope all you guys have had a lovely week and I've had a good time. Let's crack straight on in. Let's not mess around. So, from your bag, so your big bag, so you could be yellow one, could be the white one. I want you to find, a bit different this week, I want you to take out both your week 9 task 1 bag and your week 9 task 2 bag, because there's something in your week 2 bag that you need to use. We're sharing some glue. So, if you've already got out your week 9 task 1 and you haven't got out week 9 task 2, pause me, go get week 2, all we really need is the glue out of it. And the other thing we're going to need for this first task is our yellow sheet of card, okay? So you're going to need the yellow card. So, if you haven't already got that, let me go through. You're going to need your week 9 task 1 brown bag. You're going to need your week 9 task 2 brown bag, or at least the glue out of it. And you're also going to need the yellow sheet, as well as your glue spreader, as always. So if you haven't got any of those, pause me, go get all of those together, and then hit play on me again. Hello, welcome all back. So hopefully everyone's got all of their little bits together for week 9 task 1. So you've got your yellow card, I hope, and you've got your week 9 task 1 bag. If you've got your glue from your week 9 task 2 bag, if you want to just, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll empty this bag first. That makes more sense, doesn't it? So let's have a look. This is a fun bit. So we've got some green tissue paper, always fun. We've got some paper straws. We've got 1, 2, 3 paper straws. There you go. Ooh. I'm going to grab a whole bunch of things. We have some of these funny looking things. Anybody know what these are? So we got an orange one, a red one, and a blue one. We've got some of these long green things. So I think it's coming together in my head. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Let's see if there's anything else in here. No, good. Right, let's check our bag to make sure there's nothing else in there. Flatten him down. And then, as always, we're going to use our bag as a little surface for working on. So what I want you to do is get your glue. Now, as I said, we're sharing the glue that's in the week 9 task 2 bag. So get that. As always, cut the little end off it with a little scissors. Be very, very careful with that. And then squeeze some out onto your palette. I've already squeezed some out on mine. Not too much. You don't want to squeeze too much out, as always. Let's do that. Pause me if you need to, and let's get going. So, first job, team. Let me get my wooden spatula. Here he is, hiding. Right, so with our yellow card, we're going to hold it the long ways, okay? This is called landscape, okay? So long ways, not this way, which would be called portrait, as if you were doing a picture of yourself, your face fits on there. Hello. We're doing a landscape, okay, the long way across. I'm going to hold it up this way so you can see what I'm doing, looking at it. What we're going to do is get some glue, and it doesn't really matter, but in the middle along the bottom, we're going to put some glue. So we're going to get some scoopy glue. I'm going to lie mine down just for a second. I'm going to get some scoops and just spread it out in a big dollop in the center, but the center bottom. I know it's tricky to see. What I might do, just to show you guys, I'm just going to put a mark where I'm gluing, so you guys can have a better view. So kind of like there. Now obviously you guys don't need to make a mark, but in the middle of the card, on the kind of bottom, a nice big dollop. I put my mark on there, but I'm gonna cover it over, so I don't mind having a little mark there. It won't bother me too much. So just somewhere around there, nice big dollop. Spread it out. Now, as always, I'm going to be working at my speed, so I might be going a little bit too fast for you guys. If I do, just pause me, and you guys can then, when you caught up with me, then you can crack on. Okay. So once we get our glue in the middle bottom, nice big dollop, we're going to go for our tissue paper. So you should have lots of sheets of. Some might be bigger, some might be cut up. And all we're going to do is just tear some of those up, and we're going to scrunch them up in our hands, okay? So we're going to take some, scrunch it up, not too tight, and we're just going to pop it down on top of that glue, okay? Doesn't have to be too crazy. Scrunchy, 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 and stick it down. Tear it, scrunch it, stick it down. It's like a song. Tear it, scrunch it, stick it down. Very good. So we're going to scrunch that one. Stick him down. Very good. And then another bit. It doesn't really matter how much of it you get in there. I like it. I'll show you mine now in a second. You can still see a bit of the line that I drew, but I don't mind. So we're just kind of going for something like that. See how mine sticks up? That's it. We don't want it to be too flat. Doesn't really matter. As always, we're kind of just doing our own thing. So do that. Pop that up. See if I can get my chair up a little bit. I feel a bit low today. Maybe that's a bit better. Good. So once we get that, give it a little push down, and that should stick on really, really well. Again, I've got a little mark there. You guys don't need to worry about that. Beautiful. Right, we ready? So, next job. We're going to get one of our straws, okay? And we're going to get a little bit of glue, and we're going to put it down just along one side. It doesn't matter if it goes in lots of places, but we just want down along one edge, just down, straight down, not the whole thing, just straight down. And then this one, we're going to pop down with that glue side down, and just pop it underneath the green tissue paper that we put down. So we're going to end up with something that looks a bit like that. Beautiful job. So we're going to do the same for all three of our straws, okay? So we're just going to I'm going to take another one out. Again, remember, pause me if I've jumped ahead a little bit too quick for you guys. Just pause me, take your time, okay? Don't rush through it. Don't be tempted, big people, to do it for your little people. You know what you have to do, so just take your time with it, okay? So same again. All I'm just doing is holding it. You don't have to hold it like this. I've got quite big hands. You can just hold the end of it like that, and just get your scoopy spatula, and just, don't worry if it goes the whole way around or any of those things. It doesn't matter, but we definitely just want it on one edge, the edge that we're going to stick down. So number 2 of our straws, I'm going to pop straight down there. I'm just going to do 3, 1, 2, 3, kind of in a fan, kind of 1, 2, 3. Okay, you guys can bunch them a little bit closer together if you want, but we want a little bit of space in the middle. And then we're going to get number 3. So I'm going to hold the end of it this time and just get a little scoop. The great thing about these is they're not heavy, so they won't need a huge amount of glue. And if you don't manage to get glue the whole way, don't worry too much about it. Even if you have just a few little dollops, that will be more than enough to hold it. And then number 3, I'm lifting up. So let me show you. I'm just lifting up a little bit of the green that was stuck down and just pushing the little straw in underneath. And don't worry if they're not the same length. If they don't end up all being beautiful, mine have. But don't worry if one is up or one is down, or this one, I'm going to look, if this one ends up being shorter and is down there somewhere, that's absolutely, they don't all have to be the same length. They don't have to be sticking up. They don't have to be even. They don't have to be perfectly straight. It makes no difference. Very good. Right, are we ready? Next, we're going to get these ones. So anybody know what these look like? Can you guess what we're making? Yeah, we're making some flowers, aren't we? Some beautiful flowers. So these are tulips. Okay, it's a special type of flower that has a lovely kind of curved end to it, and then all the leaves stick out and make this shape that looks like it's a little bit kind of spiky. Okay, so these are our tulips, and we have an. Ooh, I was going to tell you. What color is this one? Very good. It is a red one. What about this one? What was that? Orange. It is orange. Very, very good. And lastly, we've got a blue one. Yes, you get tulips have lots and lots of different colors, so they're beautiful flowers. Right, and all we're going to do is you can do this pattern in any way you want, the sequence of colors in any way you want. Just because I have a blue one in my hand, I'm going to go for the blue one. So we're going to pick up one of our tulips, and it doesn't matter which side you use. You can use this side, or you can use this side. It doesn't matter, they're all the same. And we're just going to get a scoopy bit of glue, and we're just going to put it on one side like that. So really simple, just like that. And then our tulip, I'm going to turn my work around so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And all it's going to do is go right on top. Now it doesn't have to go on the very, very tippy top. You can put it over the straw a little bit, depending on how far up you want your tulip. And then we're just going to gently push it down. Now what I like to do is I like to bend the little tips of the tulip. If I turn it sideways, I like to bend the little tips of the tulip petals just out a tiny little bit so they stick out. And that's all we're going to do. Push them down a little bit. Tap, 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 give it a little push. Now, as always, you guys take your time doing that, but I'm going to crack on. So, pause me if you need to. Get the second one. I'm going to go for the orange. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Now, it doesn't have to, you don't need lots and lots of glue. A little bit of glue is fine. Now, if you want to, you can bend out your little tulip flowers now before you glue it down. That's quite a good idea too. And then again, pop it on top. I'm just going to put mine there. You can see number 2. Beautiful. And then we're going to do the same with the third one. So we're going to scoop. My third one is the red one, but again, you guys might have done them in a different order. That's absolutely fine. Again, I'm going to bend out my little tulip leaves a tiny little bit, just so you can see. If I hold it sideways like that, hopefully you can see it. Just tiny, tiny, tiny little bit, not much. And then pop that one down on top of this one. Give them a little push down. Tap, tap. You can hold your pushing fingers on it. We're going to do a count to 5 maybe. Should we try that? Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Remember to keep it pushed down. 4. Very good. And a high 5. Yeah, well done. So, hopefully, when we get them on, they're going to look a little bit like this. So we got a orange, a blue, and a yellow tulip. Very good. Now, should we put some leaves on them? So we've got our petals up there. We got our stems. Shall we get some leaves? Now these are a bit tricky. You can see these have got pointies on 2 sides and they're quite long. So we're going to do a little bit different with these. Now, what we're going to do is, again, it doesn't matter if you use this end or this end or this side or this side. There's no real right or wrong. But on one end, we're going to put some glue like this. Okay, there we go. So just there at the bottom. And these are going to go, I'm going to hold this up so you can see, are going to go right down to where the straw goes into the grass. Okay, so I'm going to go nice and close so you guys can see this. So it goes right on in there, right down at the very bottom. Now if you want to, you can put them underneath the grass a little bit, but I like to put them on top. So I like to put them on the top of the grass and over the stem. And then the second one is exactly the same. A little bit of goopy glue. Pop it on that, just the bottom of one end, and it's going to cross over. So right, it's going to cross over the first leaf you put down. So you end up with two big, we love doing giant oversized leaves. So you get two big leaves like that. You can overlap them a little bit more if you want. But what you'll note is because we only put, I'm going to sit back down, because we only put a little bit of glue on the bottom, so on the bottom side, not the whole thing, we only put a little bit of glue on the bottom. What's really good about this is when it all dries, your leaves on your stems, they'll be able to stick out, and you can even bend those out a little bit more. So it gives that kind of 3D stepping out effect, which is always nice. Once you get one of those done, then we're going to carry on and do the same for the other two stems, okay? So, pause me if you need to. I'm going to crack on, and I'm just going to keep talking through this. So again, a little bit of glue at the bottom. Pop the first one in. Now, because these are kind of oversized, and we like to oversize things, they're going to overlap. And we love overlapping. It gives loads of layers and texture. So you see this one, see my blue one? I've put my blue leaf on there on the stem, but it's overlapped the orange one. And that's absolutely fine. If you go out and you look at flowers growing, they all overlap each other. They're always overlapping each other. So we push that one down, then we do the same for the blue second one. So these are all together. It seems really complicated, but you just take it one little piece at a time. Overlap that one. Hold it down, and always when we're holding things down, especially if we're only using little pieces of glue on a big long thing, always try to get your pushing fingers in there, guys, and count to your 5s, okay, or 10s if you want. If you're practicing counting up to 10, that's even better again. Right, there you go. There's number blue done, or color blue done. And see, you can see how my leaves on this one, they're a little closer together. And again, that's absolutely fine. You can have ones that are wide apart, ones that are closer together. Nature is very, very different, so it doesn't matter really. Last one, another little piece of glue just down there on the bottom. And I'm doing my red tulip. So I'm just going to pop that one in there, hold him down with my pushing fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. And then the last leaf of this one, pop him in there. Again, if you have a look, it's just a little bit of glue just there on the bottom. And then that one is going to go straight in on top like that. Push everything down. I'm going to keep those nice and close together. Right, let me give you a nice big close-up of what we've done. So, there he is. We have our beautiful tulips with our stems growing out of the grass, with our stems, our tulip heads, which are our orange, our blue, and our reds. And then we have our lovely leaves coming out from our stems just like that. And there are your beautiful tulip flower arts. Well done, everybody. Good job. Don't forget, take me lots of pictures and send them in.